Hi, this is Dena with Left Lane Finds, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do another reseller vlog. I've been doing this as a series on my channel. I try to talk about, eBay, Etsy, and Poshmark, or things that I'm doing with my stores or strategies, anything like that. Today is going to be an update on changes to eBay. I'm going to walk as I talk. It's a little bit windy today. I'm going to switch it around real quick just to show you something. There we go. I would walk on the sidewalks, but the snow is melting here. It's pretty warm here today, and the sidewalks are all full of puddles. So I think I'm going to walk out on the street, but I'll have to watch out for cars. Let's switch it back to me. And there's still puddles. There's puddles out here too, so I'm going to try to step around them. And here we go. Alrighty. So, what's happening with eBay? I'm sorry, I was just looking to see that truck that was pulling out. He's got plenty of room. I'll be okay. We get tons and tons of delivery trucks up and down this street. And you can hear them beeping, always delivering packages. And it's kind of a neat sound, because then I always think, well, somebody got a cha-ching on the other end of that. Hopefully it was a reseller like myself. It could be, not a reseller, but for the most part, it's people buying and selling. But anyways, okay, so back to eBay. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about Poshmark too. So on eBay, they just made an announcement. I'm just looking to see. Oh, no, the sidewalks are all wet that way too. Oh, I'm going to come over here. It's all dry. eBay made an announcement that they are going to be raising the fees as of March 1st. And that's important for resellers to know about that, because depending on your pricing strategies, or if you're outsourcing, you have to think to yourself, if I buy this, how much can I sell it for minus the fees? Am I making any profit? Is it worth my time? And so there's going to be plenty of things that resellers are going to leave behind at the thrift stores or at the yard sales or estate sales, because sometimes it's just not worth it. It's not worth our time to pick up items that we're just not going to make the profit on. The only other way you can get around that is if you're like lotting things up. So if it's a small profit margin type of, thing, but you have like 2 or 3 of them, you might be able to lot them up and sell them all together. That always works. Well, that's the way people get rid of inventory sometimes too. If they don't want to sell things individually, you just lot things up. But it has to be worth it to you. Like, putting up 1 listing is a lot easier than putting up 3 listings, let's say. And if you're getting hit with fees, you might as well have it on a higher dollar amount. That makes sense. You tend to make a little more profit. You can sometimes list the items for a little bit more because they're getting, like a lot instead of just 1 item. It's pretty nice out here today, but it's deceiving. It's deceivingly warm right now. And they warned us on the weather that it is going to all of a sudden get cold and it's going to snow. So all this melting runoff is going to freeze, and the ice is going to be underneath the snow. It's actually was supposed to be raining all today. I'm not sure if it meant all day or if it's going to rain later, but yeah, it's going to be some yucky weather a little bit later on. Wish it was just a little bit more sunny. It's not. It's like overcast. But enough about the weather. Let's talk about reselling. So let's talk about Poshmark too. On Poshmark, they have what's called a Poshmark Ambassador. And there's certain metrics that you have to do in order to get that status. And it involves recruiting at least one person to the platform. You have to sell so many items, so you have to have so many items listed, and you have to share so many items from other people's closets, because the sharing is a big part of Poshmark. And some resellers hate that. They hate that they have to interact so much. They just want to list it and forget it or move on or whatever. But on Poshmark, in order to gain a following, like, you can list your item and maybe somebody would find it. Like, if it was something very specific they were looking for, they might find your listing. The other way of doing it is by sharing your item, and it goes out to the people that are following you. So in order to have followers, you have to follow people, they follow you back. It's a little bit of that. Well, once you get to be a Posh Ambassador, they will start pushing followers to you. And that happened to me a while ago when I realized I could become a Posh Ambassador, because it was taking, every break, several times a day, I was trying to follow people and people would follow me back. And it's this constant back and forth trying to build my followers. At one point I had, like, you could start at 0 and I had like 1,700 followers. I'm like, wow, that's a lot. That's so cool. Then I was up to, 3,000 followers. I thought that was awesome. So I kept at it when they announced the, being an ambassador. I kept sharing everybody's closets, individual items in their closets. And I reached that status, and then all of a sudden Poshmark started pushing followers to me. And I'm like, this is great. Well, every day, all day long, they're pushing followers to me. And they've been doing that every day since I became an ambassador. So now I'm up to 111,000 followers on Poshmark, which is like amazing. So my first thought is every time I post something, not just post it, you have to then share it to your followers. 111,000 people will now see that every time I share stuff. They also will see it when I share it to parties. There's also parties that you share to. And then people outside of that, because you got to think there's more than 111,000 people on the platform. But I am so grateful for being an ambassador. Now, you might be asking, well, did your sales explode? Not necessarily, no. I can post something and it'll still sit there, because it has to be something that I gotta get across the street here. It has to be something that somebody's looking for. Like, if I post up a pair of men's golf shoes, all the women shopping on the platform might be not in the market for that item. But anyways, I do get a lot more exposure. Now, another recent fact I just learned and didn't realize is that if you have more than 500 items listed, like available for sale, not your total listings, but available for sale, that Poshmark will promote you more, get your stuff out there more. So they do a little bit too for you. They have their own algorithm. And so now they introduced Poshmark Ambassador Level 2. And I looked to see what the stats were on that, and they're like, you're 89% of the way there. And I'm like, oh, what am I missing? I have not been sharing people's items for years now. Once I became an ambassador, I just stopped doing all the sharing. I was only sharing my own stuff. I was only doing the parties. And you will hear from multiple resellers that you don't have to do anything on Poshmark. The people will buy it if they see it, and all kinds of things. I'm like, I'm not sure that that's true. Not sure that that's true. I think you need to be interactive on every platform, because if you listen to the people that sell on eBay, now I'm back on the sidewalk here and it's a little, well, it's just wet. Okay. On eBay, the people who sell on eBay tell you how to be active on that platform every day. I think Poshmark is kind of the same. You have to be active on your platforms. You can't just list it and think, okay, the money's going to start rolling in. This is not a passive income type of deal. So you have to block out time, you know, whether it's right away, first thing in the morning, or maybe in the middle of the day, or maybe at night when you're watching TV. Is you got to be doing something on the platform every day, on all your platforms. And I think that might be hard for some people with, you know, like if you sell, I sell on 3 platforms, I have Etsy too, that you have to do something every day. So I'm just going over like all the little things that you may or may not know about with the different platforms. Oh, I'm sorry, I never finished my story about so Poshmark Ambassador Level 2, I have not been sharing people's closets, so I got back into doing that. And what I kind of forgot about that is that when you go in and you share, say, 4 items from somebody's closet, they come to your closet and they share items out of your closet. And I'm like, to their followers, which may or may not be your followers. So there is a benefit to doing that. There is a benefit to sharing things from people's closets. And that's what I've been doing lately. I also realized the other day when I was looking for a sold item is that I had like 3 bags of clothes that I haven't listed yet. I'm like, oh gosh, like I gotta get on the wagon here and list these clothes up. I was trying to, well, I'm kind of trying to build up all my shops. I was concentrating on my vintage, trying to build up my Etsy shop. Then I saw the clothes, and then I'm like, okay, you know, I always try to get the trifecta, as I call it, a sale on eBay, Etsy, and Poshmark. And I love when that happens. But you got to keep listing. You got to keep listing that inventory. Now, the one thing I notice that people don't like on my channel or don't watch on my channel is when I have my listing videos. Those are the least watched videos of all my content. So I thought to myself, I'm not gonna like, you know, do that per se. I might do the stash for cash, like collab type of listing videos. I might do that. That might be coming up in a couple months or something like that. I'll let you guys know when I'll do that. So what I'm gonna do is, as I list some stuff up, I'm going to film it. I'm still going to film my listings and tell you what I'm, you know, how much I'm listing it for and on what platform and all that. And I'm just going to incorporate that into videos. And that way you get to see the items or get to see what I'm working on. It might be a little less detailed, or it might just, I'm not sure quite on the format, but I'm going to try to give you information on it and not try to make it into like a 15-minute video of me listing, these are the items I listed. That is boring content. I don't want to do that anymore. So I think I was doing a lot of that during the 100 videos in 100 days, and I'm not doing that anymore. So my content is going to be more, say, more longer format, maybe longer videos, like 3 times a week. I'm going to shoot for 3 times a week. Right now I've doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm going to try to put something up on Saturdays. And that's kind of the goal. And of course I'm still going to do collab videos, and those will be up whenever. And so that's all I wanted to go over today was some, you know, the eBay is raising their fees. Poshmark has a, you know, Poshmark Ambassador Level 2. If you're not an ambassador at all and you sell on Poshmark, you definitely want to look in that. Just go to where you can see your Posh stats, click on that, and then you'll be able to see where you are at in terms of meeting that goal. And if you guys want to see more on that, I can like film some of that too for you guys, and that way you get a little bit more information out of this. As promised in my video, I am going to show you guys items that I listed up. I'll incorporate it into my videos as I go along. I was going to list up a couple items today, but I also had to do some grocery shopping because there's a snowstorm coming and I just wanted to get that done. The first grocery store didn't have some of the things that I wanted, so I had to go to a second one. It took me a lot longer today than I thought to get my errands done. So when I finally got up here, because I had to eat when I got home, and I finally got up here to the Emporium, I only listed one item, which is these body glove flip-flops, these neon flip-flops. Aren't they cool looking? I put them up on eBay and cross-posted them to Poshmark, and I put them up for $22.99 plus shipping. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys later.